there are no guarantees in life, so you just have to get moving. In life, sometimes we fall into the trap of overthinking. We fall into this just paralysis, the thought paralysis of just thinking about what we're going to do, where we're going to go, what's going to happen. But in reality, in life, there are no guarantees. This is a saying that I saw, and I was like, you know what? Let's just make this into a podcast episode. It's going to be a little bit motivational, but I really hope you take this and you really start to make some change in your life, because to become someone great, there is necessary change you need to make. No guarantees. There are no guarantees that you will even live the next day. There are no guarantees that you will even wake up tomorrow morning. That is not a guarantee each and every day, so cherish it. Cherish the opportunity. Cherish each and every hour, each and every minute of your day, and use it for in the best possible way that you possibly can. Make the most of it and live your life. Live your life to the fullest. Like, I'm not saying go out and party and get blackout drunk. Like, you should probably relax, right? But you should prioritize experiences. You should prioritize doing new things. You should prioritize spending time with the people around you, and you should prioritize actually trying to make it in this world instead of just wasting your time and wasting your days. So many things are designed to waste your time, waste your days, whether it be scrolling, whether it be video games, Netflix series, TV, all of it. I could go on and on and on and on about all the things that are designed to waste your time. But the time is precious. The time is something that you're never going to have back ever in your life. And there are no guarantees that you will have an infinite amount of time. There are no guarantees that you will live tomorrow. There are no guarantees that you will live to 80 years old. So, especially when I have people around me trying to, oh, yo, do you want to go do this? Like 3 months from now, we have this date planned in the middle of May. And I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow. So let's figure out tomorrow. Let's figure out the rest of today first instead of planning so far ahead into the future. And I'm going to make it biblical. Of course I'm going to make it biblical because I'm a Christian man. This is a Christian podcast. What Jesus Christ himself says is, seek first the kingdom and the rest shall come. You don't take no thought of the morning because God already knows what needs you have of. So God will provide. God will give you great things. But it's up to you to, instead of just sitting here and trying to think and plan your way to success, or just falling into the traps of social media and all this stuff, trust in God, put the work in, but cherish the time. And if you can kind of have that combination of things, you will do pretty well for yourself. You'll have a good life. But you have to really cherish the moment. You have to really understand that truly there are no guarantees in life. You want to try and figure out, oh, I want to 100% know if this girl is the one for me, or I want to 100% know if this is the path I want to take, if this is the career I want to go in, the path I want to go on for my career, if this is the school I want to go to. Sometimes you just don't know. And to try and rationalize and figure out to know everything is actually completely impossible. I'm sure you've heard this. You can't know everything, right? It's impossible for a human to know everything. But in your own life, trying to figure out every single thing, to have an answer to every single question, is just not possible. So if you are continuing to do that, and if that's all you're thinking about, you're going to be stuck in that thought paralysis. Every time you're kind of thinking way too much, the solution to overthinking is to just take action. Take meaningful and powerful and intentional action towards a certain goal or towards something. You have to figure out what you want. But figuring out what you want doesn't involve sitting in your basement and thinking about it all the time. Figuring out what you want is actually going out and doing things, doing new things, and figuring out what you like, what you don't like. You got to go through it. You got to experience it. And it's the best thing to experience new things because it's a little bit uncomfortable, takes you out of that zone of comfort, takes you into like a new realm of experience for you. And it really does allow you to experience new things and to enjoy the fruits of your life and cherish the moment. Meeting new people, experiencing new things. These things are great things to go and pursue every day. I think that's why one of the biggest things I say is get out of the house every day. Even if it is just a walk one day because you're taking a rest day or something, or you're going to the gym, or you're going to go play a sport or something, or you're going out with friends. Or you're just going to do a new thing, one of those new experiences I've been talking about, right? You you need to leave the house once a day, because if you're just going to stay isolated, you are going to just waste the time. And then before you know it, a decade passes and you don't know what happened. So cherish the moment. There are no guarantees in life, so be thankful for your life. Be thankful for the fact that you have this lucky life. You have all these privileges, and you have the time to go and you have the freedom to go and do many amazing things with it. There are so many people that are suffering in the world. So many people that are in war, so many people that are in poverty. But I imagine you're probably not in poverty. You're probably not in that, even if you have problems, everyone has problems. You might not have that level of problems. So be thankful and cherish the fact that you do have a lucky life, and you have this huge advantage that you have the freedom to make that choice, to either, to choose to do better, or to choose to stay by yourself in your basement all day. Right? It's like it's a very typical, fat guy that eats pizza and plays video games and smokes weed. But that is that profile, unfortunately, is just way too many people nowadays. It used to be this generic thing that back in the day you wouldn't want to be that type of a person, but nowadays so many people are actually that type of a person. And that is a waste of a life. I'm sorry. It is just a waste of this great time that God has blessed us all with. If that is where you are at. Obviously, you have time. You can change. You can improve. But you got to get out of the house. You got to stand up and get out of that zone of comfort. I think comfort and seeking comfort and being comfortable is what keeps us trapped in ourselves, and it's what limits us from reaching our potential. Seeking comfort is exactly that. It's like the David Goggins message, right? You have to suffer. And of course, that's also the message that Jesus Christ himself exemplifies in the ultimate suffering, but it becomes the ultimate glory of God, the suffering. But it is an example to say that to suffer is where the growth is, not in the comfort. And the comfort is where stagnation is, it's where weakness is, it's where mediocrity is. And the reason why we don't want to be mediocre is because we know we have this time. So why are we just still here wasting the time? As I started this episode with, there are no guarantees. Like, you could die tomorrow and your life legacy was you sitting on your couch all day not doing anything, right? And that was your legacy, and you're just going to be another blip. Or you can live like you're going to die tomorrow and make sure each and every day is a win. Make sure you're moving forward towards something great. And make sure you're pushing and striving and making the most of the time, because you don't know how much time you have left. So there are no guarantees can mean a bunch of different things. It can mean that thing that I was just talking about, that you just don't know how much time you have left, so you have to make the most of it. You have to cherish your life. Having no guarantees also means that you shouldn't want to know everything. Trying to know everything and finding the reason why for everything is just going to lead you to insanity. It's just going to lead you to constantly just overthinking to the point where you actually just end up stagnating. You don't take action. So saying there are no guarantees says, all right, I don't need to know this, but I should go and pursue this regardless, and take it to its logical end, and figure out by experiencing it if it is actually the thing for me to do. And there are no guarantees also means that it was never a guarantee that you were able to live this life and be put in this privileged position. And it is also not a guarantee that you will stay in this position for the rest of your life. You might end up in poverty. You might end up with some crazy setbacks. Like, life happens. The world can be a very mean and nasty place, as you know, from that quote from Rocky 6. The world is a mean and nasty place. It will beat you to your knees if you let it. But you're better than that, right? You are better than that, because cherishing the time, making the most of your days, recognizing that none of it is guaranteed. It can all end in an instant. A setback can happen that moves you away from your goals in just an instant. One moment you're there, the next moment you're gone. One moment, you lose your legs or something like that. Or one moment you're paralyzed. One moment you have a big sickness. One moment a loss in the family. These things happen in the world. So instead of just sitting there and wasting your time, you're essentially just waiting for them to happen. Just go now. Go now and pursue great things. Go now and pursue greatness. Go now and cherish the time and make the most of your life. because you're just going to blink and you'll miss it, right? You blink and you'll miss all of your potential, all that you could have achieved. You'll miss all of it in an instant because of being lazy and because of seeking comfort instead of going out there and pursuing something truly greater. So there are no guarantees, man. And I just want to kind of get this in your head. This is also a personal message for myself as well. That's kind of what all of these podcasts are. They are messages not only to you, but to myself. Because I know what I need to do. Sometimes I struggle to actually go and do it. So I myself need to hear this. That there are no guarantees. You should make the most of your life. Stop wasting time and do it. Just do it, dude. Go out there and make the most of your time. And you will achieve many, many amazing things. You will. If you really believe till the very end and you don't give up, you will achieve many amazing things. If you cherish every day and you try and win every day and you show up every single day, you will achieve those things that you want. Your deepest desires, you will get there. Believe and you will get there. But make the most of the time. Don't waste the time, because the time is the most precious asset. Being young, I'm 20 years old. You're probably around the same age, a little bit older, a little bit younger, give or take. Even if you're a little bit older, you still have way more time than the person that is already 60, 70, 80 years old and regrets their life because of all the time they wasted during it. You already have something so much more valuable than them, which is the plethora of time to go out and achieve great things and make a beautiful life. That is why we are put here on this planet, to make the most of our lives. God wants us to worship Him and to serve Him and to be a good person and to follow the teachings of Christ. Absolutely. But if He gave us this life for us to just be poor and for us to all just not go and achieve anything, what was the point of the life? God for sure has given us this life so that we can make the most of it, so that we can achieve these things. There are things that are out there to go and get for a reason. So go and get it. Go and get what's yours and make the most of the time, so that not only you look back on it and you say it was worth it and you live your life with as little regrets as possible, but you also are able to, in the moment, make the most of your days, enjoy your life, achieve great things, and find what makes you truly fulfilled, what gives you real, deep purpose. And that's what we are all looking for. But so many people are so far away from it because they act in fear, or they're just too lazy. They focus too much on comfort instead of actually going and pursuing things. Or when they do, they act in fear, or they act in doubt, or they just fail to act. They're in their thought paralysis, thinking about all the things they could do, thinking about fantasies about what they could have done, instead of focusing on what they should be doing and actually acting on those thoughts instead of just sitting around thinking. Me, I'll give a personal example from my life so that you can kind of realize what I'm trying to talk about. I play football. I was trying to make it as a professional footballer. Am I done on this journey? I don't know yet. I'm still trying to figure that one out. But when I was in Portugal, I was in Europe, I was playing and I was trying to make it pro, and then I had to come back to Canada because it didn't really work out. And then I went on another trial. I went on another professional trial to try and make it again. It didn't work out again. So now I've ended up back here in Canada. So when I would have like a bad game, for example, I would think and I would fantasize, I'd be on my head on the pillow and I'd be thinking about what I could have done. I would be fantasizing a certain play where I made a mistake and it led to a goal, for example. And I would just like fantasize in my head what would have happened if I had just, instead of made the bad pass, I just dribbled through the guy and I dribbled through three guys and scored a goal or something like that. Or I just made a good play to not make the error that led to the goal. I'd be thinking about these things. But then it's like I look back and it's like, well, that didn't happen. It never happened. And the reason it didn't happen is because of my fear in the game. So I'm out here trying to cope with the fact that I made this mistake by trying to replace it in my head with the fantasy of what would have happened if I did do a good play instead of making the mistake. But that never happened. It's just a fantasy. So then I think instead of just fantasizing to myself the mistake I made, go out there and make sure you don't make the mistake again. You should actually double down and think about what happened and what went wrong for you to make that mistake, and seek to do better so that you don't make that mistake again. That is a good lesson I learned from my journey as a footballer, that when things go wrong, you fantasize about what would have happened if it went right. And that all it does is just waste time, because it never happened anyway. And you're just thinking about the past. You're stuck in the past, and you're trying to change the past, but you can't change the past. You have to just focus on what you can do going forward. And it's like, your life is not over because you made a mistake. Your life is not over because things went wrong and there are setbacks. You will get over it. But the quicker you're able to get over it, the faster you're able to get back into that zone. Of course, it goes back to making the most of your time and cherishing the time and going out and pursuing things and working hard. You're able to get back into that mode faster than if you're just trapped in your thought of thinking about these fantasies, things that never actually happened. So that's a problem that I've been having, that I think relates to this idea of there are no guarantees in life. So to just sit there and be trapped in your thought paralysis, it can be planning for the future, or it can be reminiscing on the past. But instead of moving in sorrow, like thinking about the past in a negative light, you should think about what actually happened so that you can move forward from it. And these are all ways you can actually truly make the most of your time. So make the most of your time, man. There are no guarantees in life. You don't know if you get to live tomorrow, right? You don't know if you get on a flight and the plane just crashes because something went wrong. The engine bursts. It can happen anytime. You don't know, you might get in a car crash because some guy's wheel falls off and he crashes into you on the highway and you're going 100 kilometers an hour. You don't know when these things might happen. It can happen at any time. So make the most of this lucky life that you have, and truly go out and get it. Go out and get it. Go out and get what makes this life worth it for you. Go out and get it, and go out and pursue those things and make it happen. I think that is all I got to say for today. Today is episode 149 of the 365 podcast. I'm going to announce that tomorrow we are starting season 2 officially. So buckle up and strap in, because it is going to be a much more increased, better content that I'm going to be trying to put out for you guys going forward from episode 150 onwards. Obviously, we're going to be making an episode for 365 days. So if you haven't yet, join the journey and join this special grind by subscribing, by following on Spotify, by leaving a like on the video and showing any support that you can. Because tomorrow, if all goes well, I have a guest on tomorrow for the first episode of the season. I'm going to be releasing the trailer later today, so I hope you guys go and watch that to build some hype a little bit, that things will actually be a lot better going forward. I'm going to keep trying to improve this show every day. For the exact same reasons why I make this episode, I'm going to be improving this show every day, which is the fact that there are no guarantees. So it is only worth it for me to truly give my maximum effort to the things that I work on. And this show is kind of this side project that I've been working on. Even if it doesn't grow, it's still worth it for me to take the time and to do it. And as well as the other things in my life, of course, but I don't need to get that deep into those things. So I will end you off with this. There are no guarantees in life. That's the way I started this video, so that is the way I'm ending it off. I've said it like 5 times in this video, so I'm going to say it again. You don't know if you will be able to wake up tomorrow. You don't know when it will all end. You don't know if a big setback will happen to move you away from those goals. So instead of sitting there and thinking and wasting time, whether it be laziness or through fear or through overthinking or anxiety, instead of focusing on those things, focus on cherishing the time that you have, making the most of every day, trying to win every single day, and recognizing just how lucky you are and going out and giving 100% effort into every single thing that you do. Go and grow in your life. Grow, become a better person, experience new things, meet many amazing people, go and see the world, expand your horizons, and figure out what you want, and go and get it, and go and pursue it, and give your full 100% effort to it. And pursue great things and make the most of each and every day. And that is really the essence of what it means to live a great life and to live a life with as little regrets as possible. The essence of it is just to live every day as if it were your last. Not by going crazy and like getting blackout drunk and that kind of stuff, because sometimes that live for the moment, seize the moment can kind of fall into that, right? But in my opinion, doing that is only like ruining yourself anyway. So like, make the most of your time by pursuing things that are actually meaningful every single day. That is all I got to say. Don't let your thoughts paralyze you. Instead, focus on taking concrete action towards your goals. So thank you for watching this episode. I will see you tomorrow for the beginning of season 2 of the 365 podcast.